People, friends, and cohorts. Today, I just wanted to pop in here very briefly to give you a new perspective on a controversial subject that people have been talking about for a few years now. And well, gosh, it just came up again yesterday with part of all that stuff that happened in New York with all the court activity and Mr. T. Anyhow, to get straight to the point, first, I wanted to share why I'm here, why I did this channel in a very short answer. I'd like to try to give people a different way of looking at things. There's a lot of people talking about complicated subjects, and one of the ways that we relate that is they give information in what's commonly called a fire hose format. I'm trying to use a format that's more like a glass of water. So you can take a drink and digest the information, hopefully do some research and formulate your own thoughts and ideas to come to conclusions. My goal is not to come here and just have you believe me without doing your own research. So I encourage you to come to your own conclusions. With that said, I'm going to talk about the controversial subject of selecting our officials, or the voting process. A good place to start is the 14th Amendment. In the 14th Amendment, it actually talks about two different types of citizens. There's a lot of controversy about that word citizen right now as well. And this, I think, will also shed a little light on that. I'm going to save the deeper dive on the word citizen for when I continue forward with the future upcoming series, The Wednesday Word. So for now, let's just talk about the 14th Amendment for a moment. We often call in the ASN community U.S. citizens 14th Amendment citizens, because that's where that originally came from. The original citizen is the second citizen that's mentioned in the 14th Amendment, called a state citizen, which we often call American state nationals in the United States, of course. Now, a state national, just so I say it, remember, can be from any country. This is not just isolated to the United States. So that's another reason that this is a very important subject. Back to the 14th Amendment. So in the 14th Amendment, we have two different types of citizens. We have U.S. citizens, aka 14th Amendment citizens, aka commercial citizens, and we have state citizens, which are also American state nationals or the original citizen established by the Constitution and the original Bill of Rights. We all know that the Declaration of Independence was in 1776, and shortly after that, we got the first Constitution. I believe it was 1781 or 1779. My apologies, I should have made better notes, but it was about then. There was another Constitution that came out in about 1871, which actually established an inferior United States, a corporate United States. Hence, shortly after that, we had the 14th Amendment, which also established the second form of citizen, a commercial citizen, aka U.S. citizen. You can look all this up. I'm not going to do a deep dive today. I am sorry if this is somewhat like pulling off a Band-Aid, but I promise you, it's all there. So how does this have an impact on the selection process or a citizen's ability to make a selection and have an impact on that selection with the voting? Yep, still being careful with my words. Well, again, recall the commercial citizen or 14th Amendment citizen, U.S. citizen, is inferior to the original citizen or under the original citizen, which is a state citizen. Commercial citizens have privileges, which are endowed by policies, procedures, and codes. They are also inferior to rights, which are endowed by the original Constitution and the Bill of Rights, which pulled from natural law, by the way, to establish that for this country. So, again, how does that impact our voting? Well, the selection process or your impact as an individual in making a selection is a right. It is not a privilege. It is a right. If you have chosen to live with privileges instead of rights, then that means you've given that right up. So my question would be to illustrate this and help to dispel some controversy. We see this all the time. A commercial citizen is literally just like an employee of a corporation. In this case, USA Incorporated. Well, that one was bankrupt a while ago. You can look that up. It's still around in a different name, but it's still a corporation. The current name is White House Office Incorporated, actually, and I did look that up. So, as an employee or a US citizen of the White House Office Incorporated, do you elect a president as an employee? Last time I checked, employees don't elect presidents of corporations. The board of directors does. Oh my gosh, those are so many questions. So who's the board of directors? You can look that up too. But keep in mind, yeah, I know it raises a lot of questions. This is a fact. Employees have privileges, not rights, and they don't elect presidents. The board does. So when you repudiate your US citizenship to claim your superior state citizenship as an American state national, you actually take back your selection process rights. Interesting. Let's see. I don't think I missed anything. I hope that helped shed some light on this subject. I apologize if this is disturbing. It is disturbing. It was disturbing for me as well. I'm really surprised I didn't connect these dots sooner. A little embarrassed, actually, because it's all so clear now. At any rate, please do your research, formulate your own conclusions, and I hope this has been helpful. And hopefully this kind of thinking will help make common sense common again, just like common law or natural law. And yes, that is what our Constitution is based on. Common law, natural law. It's actually quite beautiful. Have a beautiful day. See you next time.